You know, my initiatives in support of firefighters and police officers, that started right here in New York City with September 11th. And September 11th was a turning point for me. There's a chapter in the book called Turning Point. And like you said, the 80s and 90s had planted seeds in terms of veterans support, but it was really that terrible day and what happened on that terrible day and the people that reacted to that terrible day, not only our veterans and military deploying to Iraq and Afghanistan, but what happened right here in the city and the incredible people that responded to that terrible event, the families that lost loved ones and whatnot. I was on a trip to Iraq in 2003. I described this in the book, and I sat down next to a gentleman who was a retired firefighter who lost two of his boys at the World Trade Center. And one was a police officer, the other was a firefighter. His name is John Vigiano. I sat down next to John, and we struck up a conversation, and he invited me to come to the firehouse that his son was serving in when he died. And a few months after I got back from Iraq, I came here to Brooklyn and went to Ladder 132 and sat down with the guys there, and we had a dinner and had some fun that night, and I befriended a bunch of them. They become some of my best pals. And I got involved with supporting the Fire Family Transport Foundation here, Friends of Firefighters, different organizations that serve the needs of our first responders. Helped build, raise the money to build the Brooklyn Wall of Remembrance, which honors all the first responders that were lost on that terrible day. And I've just, supported them in various ways over the years. And then when I created the Gary Sinise Foundation, I wanted that to be a part of what we do, support the men and women who protect our cities and serve. You know, you think about it. You have veterans going off to war, military going off to war. Of course, if they're in battle and stuff, there's going to be a post-traumatic stress related to that. But some of these first responders, you know, they're pulling people out of burning cars. They're seeing people die. They see these kinds of things all the time, and then they have to go home to their families and kind of put it behind them and go on the next day and go back to work and maybe see something terrible again the next day. So they're dealing with post-traumatic stress issues themselves, and they need services. They need support. They need us to be behind them. You know, who wants to get in a car and drive around and look for trouble all night? I mean, that's what police officers do. They're just waiting for something to happen. They gotta go in and help somebody in a domestic situation, or there's a car wreck, or whatever it is. So I just want them to know that they're appreciated. That comes from, the veterans in my own family and the Vietnam veterans in my family who were not appreciated when they went off to war and came home. And I just want these people to know that we appreciate their protection, we appreciate what they do to provide our freedom for us, and we don't forget it.